good morning or good afternoon, depending on where do you connect from. And welcome to the Infobip Guide to SMS webinar. Today's goal of this webinar is to enable you on how to utilize our SMS solution. So I guess that you already are pretty familiar with how you can use SMS for your communication with end users, but use today's webinar as a way that you can speed up the way how you can launch your SMS campaigns. So I'll be your host today. My name is Jerko Jelic. I am product education specialist. And let's start with just two simple rules of engagement for today's session. First of all, use the chat. So I'm not here alone today. Behind the scenes is Igor Požar, our product expert. So any question that you might be having around SMS, whether something that I'm covering in this session or any other question, Igor is there to answer on any question you have. Second rule, grab some coffee, grab some tea, or any other beverage that you enjoy, relax, kick back, and we can start with our center part of the webinar. So let's talk about today's agenda. We are going to start with the benefits of SMS marketing. So I'm just going to share like a few stats and few of the main reasons why SMS is really a powerful communication tool of communication with your end users. And I'm then going to share a list of 6 or 7 bullet points on how to start SMS marketing campaign. Those are some items that you need to take into consideration when starting your communications. And then we are moving into the central portion of the training where I'm going to share my screen with our portal interface. That's our web solution that you will be using to start the campaign. After that, there are some post-launch activities that you need to take into consideration, like checking the logs or doing the analytics of your campaigns. Analytics are really, really powerful because with analytics, you can improve your campaigns in the future. And in the end, I'm going to share also a few links that you can use in your future interactions and may help you with fine-tuning your campaigns. So let's start with a simple question. What is SMS? So SMS is a short messaging service and really a standard way to send text messages to and from cell phone through a cellular network. SMS is not some new technology. It's 30 years old already. However, it's really good established and everyone is familiar with SMS. Depending on the region you're coming from and language that you are using, there is a maximum character count of 160 or 70. It really depends on the country where you are from, but longer messages can also be sent. One really big advantage of SMS is that there is no need for internet connection. So all that is needed to receive SMS or send SMS is that the users are connected to a cellular signal. And I think that we can clearly say that today, like everyone is connected to a cell signal. And that's a big advantage compared to other modern chat apps that we are heavily using today. So let's take a look of some of the most important benefits of the SMS. So first of all, 91% of global population is using mobile phones in 2023. That means that 91% of your audience that you are trying to reach is having a mobile phone and probably will receive that SMS. 95% of SMS messages are read within 3 minutes, and SMS has a huge 98% open rate. I will just say that for email, it's around 6%. So what do these numbers tell us? So it's most important thing is that your end users are most likely to get the messages and read them. And basically, that's what you want with these campaigns, right? So you want to launch the campaign and you want these users and your people to get it. So taking into consideration the statistics, on the left side, I put some most important benefits of SMS. First of all, the SMS is reliable because it does not require internet connection. So all it's required to receive SMS is a cellular signal. Then it's cost effective because if your end users receive the SMS messages, that means that you have successfully transferred your message to them and it makes the campaign cost effective. You can easily use our analytics section of our portal, and you can, with that, improve your future communications and campaigns, see what are the open rates, what communication works, what does not work. So with time, you can improve your communication strategies. And with the strong suite of our personalization options and different features that I'm going to talk about later, you can improve the customer experience. Maybe your customer wants to use SMS as a communication channel and not other chat apps. That's why you can easily select SMS and use it with your communications. So at the beginning, I promised to share a checklist, and this is the item list that when creating your campaigns, you should take into consideration. And all these items I'm going to explain in our central part of the webinar. So let's start with the first one. When launching your campaigns, you should really focus on following your country's local regulations. The thing is, SMS is different in every country. So in some countries, one sort of promotional materials is allowed, in some other it's not allowed. So make sure to follow your country's regulations. And to help you out, we have Igor here, as I mentioned. So I would like to ask Igor to drop in the chat the link that will guide you to our page that holds all the local countries' regulations. So all you need to do is follow that link. From the drop-down list, select your country, and you can see what rules you need to follow in order to be compliant. Bookmark that link so you can use it also for the future reference. Then, after you know what's allowed and what's not allowed, you need to choose and register the appropriate sender. Sender is the number that you will be using to send the SMS from. We have different types of senders, and you can easily purchase one from our portal interface. Of course, I'm going to show you later how you can do that. After you have your sender, you need to segment your audience. So basically, to answer on the question, who do you send SMS to? Do you send to the entire database of your users? Or maybe you want to segment it and just to send SMS campaign to a portion of your audience. After that, you need to also create and personalize your SMS text. That's like the text that's going to be part of your SMS. And with our extensive SMS feature set, you can fine-tune your campaigns, you can shorten URL links, use personalization options, set up delivery time windows. I'm going to show everything once we come to the portal section, so no worries on that end. After your campaign is finished, with the analytics section, you can analyze the results, analyze the delivery rates, the click-through rates if you have any URL links. And as I said previously, this is really, really useful because if you dive deep into the data, then later on you can fine-tune and optimize the way how you can craft your future SMS campaigns. And the last point is you can see that just test it out. Use our portal solution. Use this webinar as a tool that will help you in understanding how our portal and our SMS solution works, and test it out. Test different features, test how it works before launching your campaign to your wider audience, because it's going to make it more easier and simple for you to achieve your results. So this is it for the presentation part, and let's start with our demo part. And what I will do now is I'm going to share the screen, and let me grab the screen of my portal interface. So I think we should be in. So this is the homepage of our portal interface. This is really a simple tool that you can use to consume many of our services, including sending your first SMS campaign. So to start, what we've been saying on the presentation part, first you need to buy a number. And to buy a number, there is this checkbox on the left side, which says channels and numbers. And you see that you have the numbers section over here. In here, if you click buy a number, you can go and buy a number for your campaign. However, let's take a step back, and I would like to encourage you to first go into the channels section. Why? In here, you will see all the channels that you can use with our portal interface. And since our focus is SMS, I'll be clicking on SMS section. Okay, and here now you have like a little bit more better interface in terms of buying a number. And you can buy two main types of numbers. First of all, we can buy a regular numeric sender type, which is composed of numbers. If you click on Buy a Number section, then you can use this filter to select a country where you want to send the messages, where you are from, and then you can find what are available numbers in here. On the right side, you will see that there is a setup fee and monthly fee. So this is the cost that you can expect for setting the number up or using it monthly. So make sure that you are aware of this cost and that you calculate it into your campaign costs in general. And here you can see what the number type is. So these are only the numeric senders. However, if you want to use a little bit more personalization, if you want to use a little bit better of customer experience for your end users, you can buy and set up the alphanumeric sender ID. So basically, that's the sender that's consisted of numbers and letters, and how it's most used by our clients is it's used to represent the brand name. So all you got to do is to click here to request a sender. You need to select a country of your origin. I'm just going to click, for example, Belgium. You need to type in what kind of brand name do you want to register with. And then in the end, this is really important, enter additional comment. You can see clearly here it says that you need to enter your link to company website, message sample, use case, volume, and the industry, primarily because these sender types need to be approved. So with this approval process, you need to just make sure that you are fully compliant with what can be and what can't be the alphanumeric sender name. You can go to my numbers section to check what numbers are on your account. So this is my testing account. I have these two numbers enabled and which can be used. And on my request tab, you can easily see your alphanumeric sender names, approval process, what's the status, so you can easily monitor the situation with that. Okay, now we've covered that first part. So now you know how you can buy a number. So simply navigate to channels and numbers sections. And when clicking on buy a number, you can purchase a number to start your campaign with. Okay, let's now launch our first campaign. To launch our first campaign, I'll go to Moments and click on Communications. So again, the section on left side section. And by clicking Create Broadcast, you will enter the interface where you will be crafting your SMS campaigns. Depending on the client type you are, you might have a little bit different interface of our portal. So this broadcast might be as a standalone option on the left side. It really doesn't matter. Broadcast is the name of the feature that you will be using. Okay, and now in this interface, you have three main options, what we've been saying before. So you need to define your recipient list. You need to choose a sender that you'll be using. You need to craft your message type. And in here, there are some more advanced features that you can use to better fine-tune your campaign or to enter some additional options. So let's start with the first one, which is to define your recipients. You have three different ways how you can use this option. First one is, for example, you can just simply type in the number that you want to send SMS to, but that kind of doesn't make sense because that's only one user, or you need to type manually each and every number you want to SMS text from. So I think that's not something that you're going to be using, but the option is there. On the right side, you have the option to add from people. People is our CDP solution. So if you use people, you can easily pull audiences based on text or already some created segments. But the option that you are going to probably be using the most is to upload from a file. So I already prepared a small Excel file with the number samples list, and this is really the most simple Excel that it can be. It has three columns. It has first name, last name, and a number. So that's all that we need to start our campaign. So I will click upload, and you can see that the first name Clark, last name Kent, and the number. So our portal really recognized what type of data you are uploading. And when I click upload, Okay, now we have uploaded the list of the recipients for this campaign. So that part is finished. Let's move to the second part where you can select the sender. So really you will have the representation here of all the senders you have registered. So numbers that you bought from channels and numbers section, and alphanumeric senders that you have registered and got the approval. So this is my testing account. So I selected one sender that we have registered. And the third part is to create your SMS text. So this is where you need to choose and select what is going to be the message text of your campaigns. You need to decide if you're going to have any kind of URL links with it. So for a testing purpose, I have already prepared my text for this SMS. So I will just paste it here. Now, this is something that's really important. So above this text box, you can see here that this is one message and 0 characters left for this message. Remember, on the very beginning of the webinar, I talked that each SMS can have 70 or 160 characters in one SMS. So this is important because this is really going to affect your overall cost of the campaign. So let's say, for example, you are launching a campaign to 100,000 of your end users. So in this case, the cost of this campaign is going to be 100,000 SMS messages. But if I add only one extra character, now you can see clearly here that it says 2 messages. So in that case of 100,000 users, the cost of that campaign is going to be 200,000 users. So make sure that you craft your message, that you follow what's the message count, because as I said, it can affect your overall campaign cost. However, we are here to help you with your management of these campaigns. So I have this link within this message. And under here, we have tracking and reporting feature section. And I can click here, shorten URL. So what will this feature enable us is to shorten this URL. And now you can see that we have 20 characters left with this message. So we are really saving that character space in order to reduce the cost. And based on some researches, people tend to more often click on these links when they are shortened and look better. If you want to shorten it even more, you can click on remove HTTPS from the domain. So now we've actually used extra 8 character spaces that you can put in your SMS messages. Enabling the track URL clicks option is enable you in the analytics options later on, so you can analyze how many people clicked on these URL links. So in terms of analytics, this is a really powerful feature that I encourage you to use. Okay, so we have this text defined. It says, hi, ready for the winter holidays. Check out our new line of gifts with 20% discounts during this weekend. And we put a link, imaginary link, what your customers could be using to access your page, your services, and to use this discount as a promotional offer. However, this beginning of the message just says hi. So it really does not include any kind of personalization. And in order to improve your customer experience, there is an option to use different placeholders. The use of these placeholders really will depend on what kind of recipient list you are having. And it's best used if you have people CDP in use, because with our CDP solution, you can have enriched profiles of your people. For this purpose, if you remember, on this recipient list, we had first name, we had last name, and we had the number. So let me show you what I will do to improve the use case for this purpose. So I will select this placeholder, and then under the standard attributes. Oh, so it automatically recognized what placeholders can be used. So it's first name, last name, and number. So I will select the first name. And now it says, hi, first name. Of course, for the recipients, it's not going to be like that. So it's not going to say, hi, first name. It's going to say, hi, Clark, hi, Bruce. Really depends on what names of the people you have in this recipient list. So based on our experience and on our researchers, your end users are more likely to respond positively to have these personalized messages. So I really encourage you to use this feature because it's really a powerful tool. And again, it can help you with your customer experience and how they see the quality of your communication with them. So now we actually are finished and defined the most basic elements. We have the recipients, we have the senders, we have the SMS text message defined. We used the URL shortener option to shorten the link. We also removed the HTTPS from the domain name to save even more character space. And we enable the track URL clicks option. So later on in the analytics segment, you can analyze your campaign more. We have one more really important section to handle, and that's the messaging scheduling. So in here, you can define when is your communication starting and what is the delivery time window for your campaign. So in this chat box, we can, clearly say that we want this campaign to start on January 31st, and I will just put, now it's 11:24 in my time zone. I can put it at the start of the campaign at 11:30, and you can select what time zone do you want to cover with this section. And you can also use delivery time window. This is important for you to be compliant with the local regulations. Let me give you an example. So in some countries, the promotional marketing SMS is only allowed to be sent on workdays between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. So to be compliant, I can remove Saturday and Sunday from this list, and I can select, let's start this campaign from 2 p.m. and let it run until 8 p.m. So with these features, now you are deciding when the campaign is starting, and within those time frames, when do you want for your end users to receive this communication. Maybe you are having a weekend sale, so maybe you just want to target your end users on Thursdays and Fridays within these time frames, so they get this information just before the weekend and just before your campaign starts. I will now remove this, so I will not have any of these time frames. So I want to get the SMS instantly after 11:30 because that's where the campaign is going to start. And in advanced settings, this is really something that you might not be using so much, but in the end, it's just about message sending speeds to limit the number of messages sent over time. And the validity period, it's set to 48 hours by default, which means that maybe your end users have their mobile phones turned off. So that would say that they cannot receive the SMS. So with the validity period of 48 hours, you are actually setting the amount of hours that we are going to try to retry to send the SMS to. So if the SMS is not delivered, 48 hours, we will try to resend the message to that end users. You can reduce it if you want. This is the default setting that we have over here. So let me just check everything. So now we are fully ready. What you need to do now is to give this campaign a name. I will just type promotion. So this is our campaign name. Let's hit continue to preview, and you can see how the SMS will look like. So it says, "Hi, Clark." So that's the first name from the recipient list that I have imported, and that's the use of our placeholder. You can see how this SMS link would look like once we launch the campaign. So we shortened this URL link to save character space. Total recipients is 3 because I had 3 people in my number sample list. You can see the number of total messages. Because of URL shortening, it's 3 messages. It would be 6 if we didn't use that option. You can see what should be the cost of this campaign, start time, delivery time, window, and time zone. Those are all the settings that I have set up. You have a warning here that says that your link will expire in 100 days after the launch. We are fine with that. You can see the sender that we have been using and the validity period of this SMS message, 48 hours by default. We said we won't touch that. And once I hit launch, we can see that the broadcast is launched to these users, and basically that's it. It's easy as that to launch your campaign. So you saw how the interface looks like. It's really simple to use, and I hope that now you have a better understanding of some additional features that you might offer. And basically it's really simple, and that's it. So now that we have launched our campaign, one thing that I would like to encourage you to use is to go to our Analyze module, and in here we have two main sections that I want to highlight. First one is the logs of these campaigns. On the left side, you can set up all the features to get the logs. So if you want to filter out by status of the messages, you can select different channels to use, countries, networks, so you can really fine-tune to see all these campaigns that you might be having. Currently, my log here is empty because the campaign is starting in 2 minutes and not right now. So we can go back on later and see once the campaign is refreshed. And also the other main important analytics module is the reports module. So this is something that you're going to be using to get all sorts of data and data insights into how are your campaigns performing. So under the report sections, click on Create Reports. And on the top part of the screen, you can see different report types that we are having. Detailed reports, communication reports, performance, financial conversations, etc. So I don't know, maybe you want to get the performance report content. You can select the metrics that you want to choose. So delivery rate by country, traffic by country, select channels or services. We have different channels, as you can see, and you can, for example, select only, I don't know, SMS outbound messages that you want to check, and you can get it as a recurring report. So one time if you just want to analyze one campaign, or recurring if you want to have it set it up to be delivered to you in a constant matter. And as I said, test our portal, test out features and functions, test our different report types that we are having, because it's going to help you analyze your campaigns and improve your future campaigns in general. So let me check any questions that me having in the chat. I see Igor is handling all those questions. Thank you, Igor, for your help. If you have any questions regarding the portal use, maybe the APIs, if you are using APIs more often than the regular reports, feel free to use your chat and use this opportunity of your attendance of this webinar, and we are there to help you out. So I think we've covered everything that we wanted to talk about, and let's make a small recap, and let's go back to the original presentation to check if I've met the agenda that I've promised. Okay, so I think this checklist is something that's really important, and let me highlight it one more time. So follow your country's regulations. You need to be compliant, so you know that the way of your communication with the clients is in line with your regulations. Choose and register your sender. You can buy number directly from portal, which is the numeric type, or you can buy alphanumeric sender if you want to improve your customer experience. For example, if you want your number to represent your brand name. Know your audience. This is really, really important and crucial for your success. Who are you sending SMS messages to? maybe those are just some freshly registered users that you want to engage and maybe share some promotional offer with them. Maybe those are some really loyal customers that you are having who are often buying your products and services, so you want to increase adoption of those users. Create and personalize your SMS texts and take the use of our SMS feature set. Those are two connected options. Use URL shorteners. Track the URL clicks that you have in your SMS messages. Use the placeholders to personalize your SMS. Select at what time frames do you want this SMS to be sent. As I said, maybe you have a special weekend offer and you want to target your users on Thursdays and Fridays so they have fresh information on what your marketing plans and promotions are. Analyze your results also so you can improve your campaigns in the future. And I'll say it again, test, test, test. So test our portal, test our features, try different options, try different ways on how you can engage your customers, because it really is going to be helpful and it's going to help to achieve your marketing communication goals. And again, thank you for selecting Infobip. We are a global platform with over 70 offices on all the 6 continents. We have over 800 direct operator connections, and this is like our key goal, how we want to help you achieve your goals and reach out customers. Because with all these connections, our global presence, our data centers, we are a leading provider for the SMS, because we want to ensure your end users get the SMS. Because if they don't get the SMS, then your campaign is not successful, and that's something that we never want it to happen. So let me see the chat. I see Igor is really active. Thank you, Igor, for that. And I hope I answered on your questions. And now you have a better understanding of how you can use our portal.